So yeah, there is this young boy, and it was circulating TikTok where he was pants. I believe he was 14 years old. He had autism, or he has autism rather, and he was pantsed by I think a group of three or four, people. Everything was shown, yada yada, not yada yada. Well, everything was shown. Very embarrassing. The kid was crying, a lot of mental distress, and so I spoke out about it on my platform, and it got a lot of attention. I have removed the video since because I did like a bad job censoring it. But anyway, this is an article of the aftermath here. So it's the kids facing charges after teen with autism filmed with his pants down in New Jersey. So I want to read this and then we'll watch the video. So Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Several students are facing charges after a 14-year-old with developmental disabilities had his pants and underwear pulled down while others recorded him and posted the video to social media. Police said they were notified by the Fair Lawn Board of Education of the video recorded at Burden Grove Park. The video shows the 14-year-old victim crying and clearly distressed by the attack. Even though it happened in broad daylight, no one stepped in to help. Officials say a 10-year-old male pulled down the victim's pants and underwear while a 13-year-old male held him in place. This is where it gets like really messed up. As this happened, it was already messed up, but a 19-year-old Phaedra and a 16-year-old female, 19-year-old Alice Phaedra, and the reason that they published the name is they're over 18, and a 16-year-old female recorded the incident and posted it on Snapchat and TikTok. I think that's worse. This is already really messed up that they did it. I think the worst part is that a 19-year-old effectively led the scenario. A 19-year-old directed it, led it, caused it to happen. I find it rather disgusting. And even the 16-year-old should know better. And I do know, I don't know if they mentioned in the article, but that 16-year-old female's mom was on TikTok complaining about it, telling everybody that she was going to call the cops and file a lawsuit. And it's like, your daughter did something a very bad person would do. So this idea that she's innocent is ridiculous. I mean, that's what happens, get backlash for doing bad things. People should know better. We're taught in high school to respect everyone, to treat people with kindness, and to see this happening is truly troubling. That's from the Fair Lawn resident. So some person, Bernard. What's that? Whatever. Last name is irrelevant. The 19-year-old will be charged with 2 counts of invasion of privacy, cyber harassment, and harassment. Good. The 16-year-old will be charged with a juvenile with invasion of privacy, cyber harassment, and harassment. 13-year-old and 10-year-old involved in the incident will be charged with juvenile harassment. Local leaders said the crime is reprehensible, of course. What's really disturbing at the park, that's an Access for All playground that this community invested a lot of money in to be especially welcoming to those with special needs, Mayor Kurt Peluso said. The deputy mayor of Fair Lawn has a son who is in the autism spectrum and is deeply troubled by the incident. The school district posted a letter to parents on Facebook Thursday saying that they were upset and angered by what happened. This type of behavior is absolutely unacceptable, and I implore you to speak to your children about the dangers of such actions in social media. Part of the letter said, "We have zero tolerance for such behavior. However, at this point, we must first allow law enforcement to conduct their investigation." The superintendent went on to encourage parents to discuss with their children the possible dangers of these social media platforms. I don't know if it's necessarily a danger with the social media platform as much as it is a danger with like pieces of actual shit. Doing that. So let's watch this.
Of teens and one child preying on a special needs student. And good afternoon, I'm David Navarro.
And I'm Liz Cho. And 4 students, one as young as 10 years old, are now facing charges in this truly disturbing incident. Police say they pulled down the victim's pants, filmed the incident, and then posted it on Snapchat and TikTok.
New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson live in Fair Lawn with new information on this disturbing case. Anthony.
Yeah, it happened in broad daylight right outside in this park, and nobody stepped in to even help the victim. Now police have arrested several people.
I know what they're trying to say, like, hey, nobody stopped him. I don't know how busy the park was, but again, a 19-year-old was in charge of this situation. That individual, should be held more responsible than anybody else, and he is. Yeah. It's like a good and a bad thing that he posted it, because he would have never probably gotten caught if he didn't post it. But then also that kid's all over the internet now. It's really messed up, man.
Yeah, 13-year-old was actually holding the boy down in the video while that 14-year-old victim was crying the entire time. The 19-year-old that has been arrested has been identified by police as Alyssa Fadraya. She has now been charged with several crimes, including invasion of privacy, cyber harassment, and harassment.
That's it? What? That's sexual assault. What are you talking about? Yeah, so I'm gonna bring it up again. Apparently, and I can't find the video, but the girl who posted it, I believe the 16-year-old girl who posted it, when she posted it, she was getting a lot of heat on TikTok when she got exposed. And there's an audio out there of the mom telling people, like, oh, you guys are gross or whatever, and like I'm gonna like sue all of you and call the police on all of you for what you're doing. It's like, bro, your daughter literally just sexually harassed a young man, and you're gonna like defend her like that. Like, I understand parents defending their kids, but like at some point you got to be like, wow, you are a shitty kid. You got to tell your kid, like, hey, you suck as a kid. You're a bad kid. You're a bad kid. You suck.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.